We've been at Boys Ranch for 24 years. We started in 2000, May 1st of 2000 actually.
One of his family members worked for Boys Ranch. And they called us and asked us to try it, raise other people's kids.
Yeah, my Aunt Vicky worked as a child care worker in the pre-ad community and she kept talking to us about coming, and she didn't really have any experience working with kids in a professional way like that before, but she seemed to really enjoy it.
She loved it.
She did, and so we finally came and decided to come work together.
Mm-hmm.
We did it for about 3.5 years, and then I moved into a different role. And Ginger stayed on as a house parent for a little bit while they were trying to get coverage. We had our first son come along, Jonathan, and so that's kind of why I made the change into a different role.
And then I became a stay-at-home mom with the kids.
Over time, being here at Boys Ranch, I've learned to be a better parent. And it's helped out a ton with my own kids.
Yes.
And I don't think I would have learned all that I learned if I hadn't been at Boys Ranch.
Just an overall great place to work. I mean, even though we're not direct care anymore, I still feel like the next transition for me was to supervise direct care. You know, I'm not saying that I was the best house parent, but I felt like I had something to offer other people.
Absolutely.
So being able to take the skills that I learned as a house parent and transition that into supervising other house parents, you know, I felt like that was the next step for me, for sure.
Yeah. I feel that one of the steps for me that was important was teaching these kids life skills, teaching them, okay, beyond Boys Ranch, what is that going to look like for you? I thought that was a really important thing it's not just about cooking, it's not just about, you know, budgeting, it's not just about money, it's about everything all wrapped up in one. Everything that we go through every single day, we need to teach them that they're going to go through it too. We have currently picked up some things as far as event planning and budgeting and entrepreneurship is something that we're getting into right now, teaching the kids different trades. So that's something that's going to be definitely helpful to them when they leave here and while they're here.
I was looking at something different. We had been house parenting for 7 years, and you know, I believe everybody has an end date. At some point, everybody decides when they leave, whether it's to pull to family or to pull to home or any number of reasons. And I think we had gotten to ours where a transition was necessary. And I had been applying for supervisor positions, and on the third try, I got hired. Mr. Marshall hired me on as a campus life supervisor. So that gave me an opportunity to stay here because I actually did fall in love with the place. I liked working here a lot. I made tons of connections with the kids, and this was an opportunity for us to stick around and do a different role. Now I can teach other people how to be house parents. I could show them the things that make me successful and help guide the ranch in a different way now.
Coming here, our first interview, it was a different mentality. I saw kids and I was like, you know, I wish that I had something like this growing up, a place where life would have been different, and I wanted to be a part of that. And I had told, you know, the hiring supervisor, his name was Randy, and I said, you know, if we get hired on, I'm gonna treat them exactly like I do my own 2 children. You know, they're not going to be any different than my family. They'll just be 10 extra kids. And so the reason why I stayed is because I treated them like family, and they are.
What I do is I work more with adults, so that made my change easier because I still get to see the kids, and I still get to work with the ELP kids and get to mentor them, teach them job things, stuff like that. So that was one of the main reasons. I miss the house parent and I miss the kids, but it was just what God called me to do at that time. So that's what I did.
I wasn't done seeing the kids, working with the kids, and even though I'm at the elementary school, I'm kind of everything there in the front. I'm the school nurse, and you know, but I still get to. And when I started out as a paraprofessional there, I still got to walk off with the kid and take them down the hall and do SAMA on them, which is something we learn in training. And so I still get to use what we were taught. Yes. With these little kids and build relationships still. And it took me a while to realize that those little moments meant something, you know, that didn't have to be something grand to make a difference in somebody's life. That's why we are happy that we're still here, that we can still work with kids. And we love this community. It's a great community.
Yes.